really quick recap. You are all still in Castlevania, despite Jim's backdrop. Last time you guys met Koga, you defeated him. The room he was in collapsed, and you guys made your way to a room that was revealed to be a break room where you met Sammy Sinclair, the Scat King of Ganymede, who revealed that, yeah, he had also been hired as a castle guardian, but had decided he didn't like the job, and so he left. And then, yeah, the three of you ended up going through a door that led you outdoors to like a courtyard where you found a old guard tower with an identical one,
what
like
was
way
up
far
with the
off in the
fucking
distance.
dune sandworm fucking metal scorpion
So,
thing?
so if any of you had done a deep dive, Moonbrita wouldn't have been able to tell that you were basically still in the castle. It was the holodeck.
Uh-huh.
It was all just a an illusion, a backdrop.
Okay.
Sort of leaning into the whole,
But what's
the
it
whole
from?
castle
I
is
don't
sort
understand.
of a magical facade
I don't think
anyway.
any of us got the reference.
No, it was literally just Pharaoh Man stage.
Oh, okay.
I was literally beat
okay,
for beat
that makes
describing
sense.
Pharaoh Man stage.
Yeah, no, it was dude. I even remember that, and I don't even remember.
The metal scorpions and
Yeah,
the tauntauns and
I
the
don't think I
robot
beat
mummies.
now I remember which Mega Man that is.
It's
No,
4.
it's like that's 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, like dude, Mega Man 4. When did you last play Mega Man 4?
Yeah, basically, you guys went through that door, and then the player took out the cartridge of Castlevania and really quickly stuck in the Mega Man 4 cartridge, and you found yourself there. Yeah, so you went through. You ran from some scorpions. You found yourself in a pyramid. You went over a bunch of pits with spikes. At the very end, you went through another set of like Mega Man shutter doors, and you found yourself back in another courtyard area, or back in another sort of ruin guard tower, back in the regular castle surroundings, where you met Pharaoh Man, the robot master, who Moonbrita was able to win to your side by recognizing his sentience as his existence as a sentient being.
I will still say that I think Worf also helped a lot with that, with his personal anecdotes about
That's
his
right,
dear friend.
with his personal experience with androids. Yeah, so Worf and Moonbrita together were able to convince Pharaoh Man to join your side, but as soon as that happened, Pharaoh Man was tragically decapitated and exploded by a figure who revealed himself to be Worf
Oh.
Belmont. And that was where we ended.
Oh shit, I forgot about that part.
And there was apparently, like, you said to me that apparently there was some stuff that you'd wanted to do last time, but we didn't get to do it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
That happens. I did have to sort of rejigger my plans because, yeah, there was something I wanted to pull off last time for like exposition purposes, but didn't end up getting to it. But it's all good. I just had to move things around.
Friendship too hard.
Yeah, I was trying really, really hard to split you guys up last time because I had a scene that I wanted to do with just one of you, and you guys kept rolling too well. You kept getting through it, and I was like, surely, like I have enough choke points built into this that surely at some point one of you will fuck up, and I can split you up. Didn't happen. No, did not happen at all. So, but that's cool.
Wait, so we didn't defeat Pharaoh Man, but he did, so that means he can go fight Ringman now.
So that means that, yeah, now he does have the Pharaoh shot. He can beat Ringman. You don't know how many other robot masters are left, unfortunately.
Well, there's usually 6 of them, so...
Well, once you get through the
8.
6 robot masters, then of course you're gonna have to take Koga's soul badge and go and beat the other 7 gym leaders, and then at the end of that is when you can finally go fight Dracula.
And by then we'll probably have enough gear. We'll have gotten to the gear cap so that we can finally do raids, and we can start progressing through the raids.
Yeah, exactly. So you see,
All right, this was fun.
The first 60 levels of Final Fantasy XIV. Have you tried the free trial?
No,
it goes up to 70 now.
Okay.
It goes to 70 now.
I don't want to ruin my life.
Yeah, Onslaught probably shouldn't. He'll get so far into Triple Triad that he'll end up doing Savage Raids to get the rare Triple Triad cards, and we'll all be like, "What the fuck, dude?" And he'll be just like, "No, but I have to get more cards."
No, you should totally play Final Fantasy XIV. On second thought, you should absolutely not play Final Fantasy XIV.
It's a really good game, and it will destroy your life. Anyway.
So, that all happened. So, the three of you now, you are... So, you're still in that sort of ruined guard tower area. It's still night out. You can still see the sun. Not the sun. It's still night. You can see the sun. All the way down on the other side of the earth.
Cool.
But you can, well, you can see the sun's reflection in the moon. Because that's how astrology works.
My name means Moon's Bride. That's my wife.
So yeah, you meet Moonbreeda's wife. But yeah, so the three of you
That's rough, buddy.
are in this sort of... So you were in this ruined guard tower. Worf Belmont is sitting in front of you, and he has built a bonfire. He's built a bonfire out of Pharaoh Man's remains.
I don't think I would let him
smells
do
really
that.
bad.
No, we would let him do that.
No,
we are automaton rights here.
Yeah, like
Okay.
if he
So
just
he
came
tried
in
to
and
do it.
fucking and just sliced our new
we
friend in
told him-
half, like I want to kill him.
Yeah.
Kinda.
No, we're pretty mad at this guy. We're definitely like pretty ready to throw down.
Okay. So he has built a bonfire, but you were able to persuade him not to use Pharaoh Man's remains. He's like, what? You don't use all of the robot?
I'd actually like to get him
we do not.
reactivated so that he can go to archaeology school.
So he's built a bonfire. I don't know. He's like, oh, fine. He found some sticks. And he wasn't a bonfire anymore. Now it's like a really crappy little fire, and he's really like put out by it.
Good. Fuck him.
So yeah, so you are sitting at this bonfire that he has built. I guess he promised that you would be able to that he would explain things to you if you let him build this fire. So he's sort of sitting cross-legged in front of...
That's why I'm making faces.
What?
I'm having allergy problems.
I
That
was
was the reason
wondering.
for those faces. Yeah, that was...
So the smoke from the bonfire is really fucking with Moonbreeda's allergies. She's just getting a really bad... She's not having a good time.
Ah.
So yeah, Worf Belmont is sitting in front of this fire that he's built. And he kind of looks around the circle of the three of you. He says, "What is best in life?" And he gestures to you, Worf.
Oh, okay.
Worf takes a minute and he thinks.
Do you need to pass?
He's
No, just think. He just needs to think, man. Give him a minute, jeez.
he thinks about his steadfast beliefs, and which are as written. I will never leave Squirtle behind. Moonbreeda needs my help, and I will aid however I can, and I will never dishonor my family. And so he thinks for a minute, and he says to never leave the ones you love behind, to help them however you can, and never dishonor your family. That is what is best in life.
Okay, he nods, and he
And when that
gestures to
doesn't
you.
work, violence.
What about you? he gestures to you, Squirtle. What is best in life?
I'd go with the same list, but flip it around. I like to do violence first. It's usually the icebreaker.
You,
I have
you say
seen
the
break
same
ice.
thing Worf does, but you you changed the order so it's not so obvious that you copied his answers. Okay, he nods, and then he gestures to you, Moonbrita. What is best in life?
Uh, she sort of sighs and says, knowledge, but more importantly, new discoveries, lands that stretch on forever, skies you could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent but strong, and among all, people. Beacons of light and life, laughter that warms your heart. Getting to know people, new friends, wherever you go, and learning what they know, seeing what they see, hearing their words, their thoughts, their feelings. That's what to me is the best.
You should change your answer
He
to that,
nods.
Squirtle.
Yeah, I think. Can I redo? Can you write that down? Because I got the vibe, but not the exact verbiage.
He nods and he says, "That's wrong. The best thing in life is killing vampires." Says, "I was raised for only one thing, and that's fulfilling my family legacy by vanquishing evil." And he sort of nods to you, Worf, because of your words about honoring your family, or whatever you said. So what are you doing here?
We were told to kill Dracula, and that the Belmont, who was assigned to this, had run into trouble.
Killing Dracula's it's a very noble quest. He says, well, I heard the same thing, that the fated Belmont, Manhole Belmont, who had been trained to defeat Dracula, unfortunately was taken out of commission after he fell in a manhole. So, yeah, and in retrospect, it was a very ironic name. But he says, well, myself and my cousins, Moonbrida and Squirtle Belmont, all
Moonbrida.
received ravens. What was that?
Moonbrida.
No, it's Moonbrida. I think I would know how to pronounce my own cousin's name. Thank you. As I was saying, myself, Squirtle Belmont. Yes, the turtle. What?
But he's Worf Belmont. Are you guys like
No.
twins?
I don't know what the three of you are doing here, but me, Moonbrida, and Squirtle Belmont all
That's
received
me.
ravens from Gwonum the Hintsmith, telling us that Manhole Belmont had been taken out of commission, and the three of us were needed.
And where are your other two? Where are your other cousins?
His expression darkens. He says, "We met up on the road. The three of us are traveling to Wallachia when we were suddenly attacked. We were ambushed in the night by dark forces. I didn't see who attacked us. They confused us with a dense fog and ear-splitting shrieks and attacked from out of the darkness where they couldn't be seen. Fought valiantly, but I was unfortunately wounded. I was knocked unconscious. And when I awoke, Moonbrida and Squirtle were both gone. I was left all on my own. So I made my way all on my own along the road on foot until I reached Wallachia and came here to Castlevania to fulfill my destiny and destroy Dracula once and for all.
How many times has this Dracula guy been defeated?
I mean, a lot.
Who's to
And
say?
he's never really stayed down?
Who's to say?
Hmm.
It is written that every 100 years Dracula will return, and that Belmont will rise to put him back in the grave for another century.
And
It's true that we haven't yet
Yeah.
managed to defeat Dracula for good, but I'm hoping this time I will be the one who will be able to vanquish him forever.
What makes you think that you're gonna be the one who? What do you think is different about this cycle that means that you're going to be the guy that makes this happen? Like, what are you doing differently than your predecessors?
I'm gonna hit him with my whip.
Do you even know your predecessor's strategies? Have you done the research about this?
Well, it's written they usually hit him with a whip.
Okay, but that means that doesn't really work very well.
I'm gonna do it extra hard. And this time, I think we're gonna put him in the ground for good.
Look, it obviously hasn't worked the past few thousand years, I assume. So have you considered potentially, just maybe mixing it up a little bit, like maybe hit him with, I don't know, a frying pan?
Which one of us? No, Weiss Belmont stayed home. He is not a vampire killer.
Or have you considered, the usual way to deal with void scent is to just sort of chuck them back in the portal. Although usually that's the other thing, is that when you kill void scent on the... Have you tried taking him to another dimension? Maybe the problem is that he can continue to respawn only as long as he's in his castle in his own dimension.
Oh yeah, I'll take him to another dimension. I'll go to the dimension store and I'll get a dimension to put him in.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's not that uncommon.
This guy doesn't know what the dimension store is. Idiot.
Where I come from, there are many alternative dimensions and other places. It seems like every other week we come across another portal to some weird place.
And
Sometimes there's a ghost.
to my personal knowledge from in my world, there's really only the, like, I mean, it's been hypothesized that there were once 14 other worlds, but, like, let's not worry about that. Or 13 other worlds. But we know, though, that there's our plane and the void plane, and if things die on the void plane, they just keep coming back forever, but if you kill them on our plane, they die. It's possible we are on the void plane, and we need to figure out how to get back to, like, a normal dimension, and then if we kill him, he'll just die.
He says, no, it's medieval Europe. We haven't invented planes yet.
Wait, do you mean airships? That's not what I was trying to say.
Actually, wasn't there a Zeppelin level in Castlevania Bloodlines?
It's before Castlevania Bloodlines. No, we have Zeppelins, have planes. They're different.
Oh, you have airships, right?
Oh,
but
you're saying I should hit him with a Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's definitely a new strategy, and you never know. You should definitely document your attempts. Like, really, you need to keep a journal and make sure that the next generation can know, okay, hit him with a whip, he came back. Hit him with a Zeppelin, and then whatever happens.
Says, listen, which one of us is a Belmont here?
I think we all are. I am Worf, son of Belmont,
no, you're
apparently.
You're not. You are. That's what I'm telling you. You are not a Belmont.
I'm definitely not a Belmont.
Have a quick cousin huddle, the three of us, and you stand over there?
Yeah, actually, let's go do that.
Okay, so the three of you move off to the side for a quick cousin huddle.
This guy's not blue.
Secret Belmont
He's got
chat.
No forehead riz. He's not 10 feet tall. I don't think he's related.
Yeah, I don't think he's related.
He is definitely not Klingon,
definitely,
for one thing.
He's definitely not Rogadine, that's for sure.
I do not know
He's
what that is.
definitely not. That's what I am.
Oh.
I'm a Rogadine.
I learned something today.
And And he's definitely not a Kojin.
He
That's
claims
what you
that
are, Squirt.
Gwonum sent us or them, but we have the
Actually, you know what?
the Gwonum
Fuck
walkie
yeah, let's
talkies.
call Gwonum. Yeah,
let's
I
just
get
fucking-
out the thing. I'm like, hey, Gwonum.
It's like, so you finally remembered I exist.
Worf
I've
did.
been,
We have been busy.
I've been listening the entire time.
Gwonum. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, I can see
Oh
that.
yeah, just say, who the fuck is this guy, Gwonum? You never say hi, Gwonum. How's it going, Gwonum?
Hey, Gwonum.
Thank you
How
for all the great hints, Gwonum.
Gwonum, your hints are wonderful. How are you doing? Have you had any
You've
good beers?
never asked me for a hint. Don't say my hints are wonderful. Don't give me your false praise.
Have you had anything nice, like, have you had a nice beer lately? You gone for a walk?
Well, I was having a pretty good time because I thought I had found the 3 fated Belmonts who were going to defeat Dracula. Apparently, I found 3 imposters off the street.
Well, but this guy definitely claims that you sent him also. So, what's
Yeah,
the deal with that?
Yeah, he brought the Raven. He brought it back. You didn't even get the Raven. I can't believe you lied to me about the Raven.
He did say
I didn't
something
say
about
anything
ravens
about
originally.
I don't
What's a
think I said a
raven?
dang word about a raven, sir. I think that I just showed up in your office and was very confused.
Yes, he asked us if we had the ravens, and we were very confused, and he proceeded anyway, as if we had.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
So really, this is all on him.
If you knew that you weren't the Belmonts, why did you not say anything?
We did say something. We said something several times, and you just kind of ignored
think
us.
that I would remember you had said something about that.
Wait, so you guys aren't Belmonts?
I definitely said that I'm not a Belmont. I don't know what the other two did, but I definitely said I'm not a Belmont. And you just kind of charged ahead like, yeah, whatever, buddy. And
New
I'm
revelations
like,
about my
okay.
past happen every other week. I kind of just roll with it at this point.
That's fair. And Squirtle, I think, has mentioned that he's been having memory problems anyway, so for those two, that's normal for them. But for me, I definitely was like, no. Wilson is my father, and I definitely don't have any Belmont back in that family tree. We're all like PhDs. We work at a university. We've been doing that for the past, 5 generations in my family.
Squirtle, you have a PhD?
Yes! Oh no, not Squirtle. Squirtle doesn't have a PhD.
Oh. Okay.
How many
Write that
lies have you
down.
told me? How far does this web go?
If there was any way
You're not even a doctor.
If there was any way to get back home, I could...
I forgot.
No, Squirtle, it's okay. Look, hey. If there was any way for me to get back home, which unfortunately I don't think there is, but if there was, I would definitely sponsor you to go study at the Studium.
Thank you.
She just gives him a little head pat.
Oh, so yeah, Worf Belmont pipes up. He's like, you're all being really loud. I can hear everything you're saying.
Hey, fuckface, do you want to come over here and talk to Gwonum?
I've already talked to Gwonum.
Want to talk
He's
to
the
him
one
some
who
more?
sent me here.
Because he seems to think that you're not the Belmont.
No, I'm the Belmont.
No, he
He's
just
the
said that you're not.
Belmont.
He
No.
just said that you're not. He just said that. Maybe you should have a chat with him.
I did not. They're lying, Worf. Not you,
Worf are
other
you
Worf.
Oh, are you sure? Do you know which Worf is which? Because obviously you didn't the first time.
Well, I hadn't seen a photo.
Do you have photography here?
I have magic crystals.
Oh, okay. You know what though? Why don't you have a chat with the other guy? Because clearly, you just assumed that 3 random people who got teleported into your office were the right people, and you just kind of didn't even fucking question it.
Also,
And meanwhile,
his
this guy
office was a
here is the
table at a
action
bar.
guy. Whatever.
It's like, okay, so I should have perhaps been little bit more diligent in my background check. Forgive me for assuming that the 3 people who showed up at the time that I had set with the same names as the people I had made appointments with were the people I was waiting for.
And I mean, we do look like cousins, so it was a reasonable mistake.
And you do all have a very strong family resemblance.
Moonbreeder just looks at them and she's like, well, I can see the argument for Squirtle, but I don't look anything for it.
Says, well, this has all been... I don't understand. Where did you even come from?
Moonbreeder about to say something, and then she kind of looks down and goes real quiet, and is like,
I came from the USS Enterprise,
Excellent.
NCC 1701D.
I came from the woods. It's a little hazy before that.
Says, I should have learned my lesson. I should never listen to a turtle from the woods. That's what Mama Gonum always told me. all these really gravelly voices are really taking it on me, having to switch between them. Anyway. It says, well, so I admit that perhaps some of the fault is mine. I don't fully understand what the three of you are doing here. Clearly you are not from this realm of existence. Perhaps some sort of cosmic imbalance was being righted by bringing the three of you here.
oh, I'm really fucking tired of being yanked around by cosmic whatsevers. That is something I would prefer not to have happening.
Yeah, they really yank your whatsoever.
Yep.
As well, the three of you are there now. So I suppose you may as well continue on your quest, although I am still very upset, Squirtle, that you lied about being a doctor.
I figured...
Well,
I didn't have the paperwork, but...
He's a doctor in my heart.
Thank you.
So he says, so Worf Belmont stands up and he walks over to you. He says, listen, Gwynam is right. You may not be the Belmonts. You may not be me and my cousins. But
Yeah, I'm much cuter than you.
I can tell from the ease that I had infiltrating the castle that the three of you are capable. That you have managed to make it here this far into the castle commends your fighting spirit. And so he says, if you will join me, I suppose I could have you along on my quest to defeat Dracula. On my quest. But first...
Is that a different quest, or is that the same quest?
No, it's... Yeah, yeah. We are now in Castlevania 2, Worf's Quest.
Whose Worf is it anyway?
What a horrible night to have a curse.
He says, there is one thing that I must do, though. And he pulls out a map. He unfurls it, and you see a map of the castle. And he says, as I said, I started out my journey with Moonbrida and Squirtle, my cousins, when we were attacked. When I was knocked unconscious, and when I awoke, they were gone. But I did not see their bodies. I believe they may have been captured and brought here. And he unfurls the castle map, lays it out on the ground, and you can see in the firelight, he's kind of pointing down. You can see... I mean, you've seen the map for Castlevania. It's just like a really crudely drawn like silhouette of a castle, and there's little like white squares that's more or less line up with the like that with the just like him's background.
Oh, wait,
if you feel like if you were to orient yourself
here?
from a certain direction, They would
Yes.
line up more or less with the boss rooms where you encountered the castle guardians before. He points down to an area down below the castle. And he says, I believe that this is the dungeons of the castle.
Mm.
If Moonbrider and Squirtle Belmont are still alive, they must be being kept captive here. I believe that if I can rescue them, all together we may be able to vanquish Dracula for good and put an end to this cycle. And he sort of nods to you, Moonbrita.
She gives him a nod back. I definitely think that having more allies is a sound strategy, and
Mhm.
I certainly wouldn't want to leave my other count. I certainly wouldn't want to leave people in such dire straits. So, this is a good lead we have as any, and I think you can both agree that more allies is better. So, yeah. I'm still taking Pharaoh Man's head in the case I can fix it.
You're just collecting robot heads?
Look, yeah, I have 2 of them now, don't I?
You have the mummy head too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwonum from the Crystal, he says, yes, I was able to, as I said, the castle I am not able to enter, but using my magic powers of divination and through the information gathered through the Crystal of Vision during your journeys, I believe that I have been able to map the remainder of the castle. I cannot promise it is 100% accurate, but I do believe that this map should more or less align with the castle's current layout.
Do these games have a fast travel system?
The Metrovania.
No,
ones
they
do.
aren't open world. Yeah.
What? I
And
didn't-
not on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Oh, okay.
The Metrovania ones do.
Well, the reason I ask is because Moonbrita's thing is that she's literally a fast travel technician engineer. If there was one, she probably could have figured it out.
Yeah, you guys didn't actually stop at any of the crystals
Damn
on the
it!
way up. Yeah, you guys, you better not die because you haven't saved once. Presumably, the 3 of you agreed that you were going to accompany Worf Belmont, down
Worf
to
A.
where he believes. Yeah, you're the Alpha Worf. Down to where, according to Gwonum's map, the dungeons of the castle should be, so that he can try to rescue his Moonbrita and Squirtle Belmont. We did this all off mic, but they were all in downtime, so everybody's harm was all recovered.
I meant that you missed my stupid moon
No.
burrito pun. Oh, we got it? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
He just means when we just upgraded our stuff like 2 seconds ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody took advancements. You were all in downtime. Everybody got Dark Links with Worf Belmont because everybody hates that guy.
Jerk.
Okay, so the 3 of you all agree that you're going to accompany Worf Belmont.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yes, and I think I potentially have a plan that could get us there faster. So, like, in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you've got these badges that you can use to, like, if you rescue someone, you teleport them back to town, which presumably doesn't work the same way here. But, like, with Moonbrita's teleporting magic, maybe the 2 could work in tandem to teleport us down there. And the move I just took is that you try and use something from home and you roll to see if it works. So, can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Rolling hearts, that's a 0. That's a 7. So on a
partial
7 to 9,
success.
you misremember some key details.
Okay, so how does this play out? So yeah, Worf B is kind of going over this map with you. He's sort of detailing this like complicated path that you're going to have to take down to the down into the catacombs of the castle. This will be a long and perilous journey. I hope you're all prepared. This may take several days of traveling. It's going to be hard. And what does Squirtle do?
I guess I pull while he's talking. I'm like going through my bag. The bag is upright. I'm upside down, and my legs are kicking up out. And I pull this out, and I'm like, hold on. Where I come from, this could teleport people. Now, I've tried it. It doesn't work because I guess the location is a different plane. But I'm wondering if Moody could like use her magic to redirect it and then just teleport us downstairs.
Yeah, let me take a look. So
I hand it over.
she takes a look. And she's gonna be like, all right, okay. And actually, I think my parents were working on a device kind of like this before. Well, anyway, they were working on a device kind of like this that was meant to be a portable teleport, so that you didn't actually have to attune to an etherite before using it. So she's gonna take a look at it. And what the fuck do I roll? Or do I have to roll?
I think Squirtle already rolled, so we're just trying to figure out. We're trying to parse out this partial success that he got.
Okay, so Mooney then is
So
How is this
she
not
makes
gonna
some
work?
adjustments.
right, so basically,
goes, boop.
okay, so you boop the whatever the crystal.
Yeah.
Was that what it is?
It's like a badge.
Yeah, I thought it was
Okay,
a
the
badge, but it was a
badge.
device. Like it's so she's like looking at it and goes boop.
Okay, so how did you? What did you misremember about the situation, Squirtle?
I mean, it's the way it works is pretty simple. It just kind of works. So I guess what I would misremember, I don't know if it'd be a specific detail or as if it just like is it going to work as I expect.
Okay,
We all arrive at the wrong place or arrive mangled.
So
like
maybe
I think it
the
doesn't take us where we need to be.
yeah,
Or
so
where we expect it
you
to go.
yeah, okay. So I think maybe you were going over the details of this, and I think maybe you just forgot how it works, and you let Moonbrita take it. And Moonbrita, I think you were kind of going over this badge thing. You kind of poke at it, but I think that you and Squirtle's like energies, your auras or whatever from the different dimensions that you're from are misaligned enough that you try to use this same teleportation uh, ability that
Yeah.
Squirtle has.
They get
And
confused in the transporter buffer.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the fucking
Their patterns
fucking
are mixed up.
Pokemon has so many more elemental archetypes.
Uh-huh. So yeah, so you're like, yeah, let me check this out. And you poke it. And then all of a sudden you guys get this like great sense of motion.
Woo!
Yeah, sort of a, whoosh
I mean, I get
sensation
teleported all the
comes over
time, so
you.
this isn't weird for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you all have the distinct sensation of all of your molecules being separated and
and again,
transported over a distance.
For Moonbrita, this is literally what she studies, and literally the way teleportation works is you break down your physical form and send it through the life
Uh-huh.
stream.
Yeah.
Because that's sick.
And so you were attempting to just teleport down to this spot on the map.
Yeah.
And what happens is you all suddenly the surroundings, this courtyard you are in vanishes. And you suddenly find yourself you're indoors, first of all. So that's good. But you quickly realize that this sensation of motion that you're experiencing is because the three of you are now in free fall.
You mean the four of us?
No, the three of you, because Worf Belmont is not there.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, the three of you find yourself suddenly transported inside, and you realize that you are falling rapidly in what looks like, from what you can tell, it seems similar to the tower that you climbed
That stupid staircase.
with the staircases. But there are no staircases. You cannot see the bottom. and the three of you are falling very, very rapidly.
I'm not happy about this.
Yeah, Worf does not like heights, as we
Yeah.
established.
Yeah. So we can't see the bottom, right?
You can't see the bottom. You are falling. You have been falling for several seconds at this point, and you still do not see the bottom. And if you recall, when you were climbing the tower with all the stairs, you remember that you were climbing for like an hour and a half. So if you were to compare it to that situation,
Great.
you don't know how far you're falling, but you probably have a distance.
Okay. I think the best way out of this actually is maybe Squirtle can like shoot water, and that can like slow us down, like the force of his water.
Like Vector Man?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who played Vector Man?
I love Vector Man. Don't
I got.
If you jump, you can shoot downwards, and it slows your fall.
Yeah. Well, I just mean if
Okay,
he's
so
like
Worf,
creating a water geyser, like the force of that would probably like I was thinking more like Goku, I think.
Okay. So
like Cyclops with his
Yeah.
eye beam.
Yeah. Cyclops.
here is the problem, Squirtle. If you remember, you deleted Water Gun.
I was
You do
about
not
to...
know that. You
Doesn't
do
he have
not know that
Surf,
move
though?
anymore. You replaced it with Surf. So, what does Squirtle attempt to do at Worf's advice?
I think the first thing he does is he tries to do water gun and nothing happens. Is like, oh shit. Can you guys all fit in my shell? I say, putting my hands into it. Perchance.
No. Try something else.
Because I can only do 4 things, and that is no longer on them.
I mean, you can try to use Surf. You can see what happens.
Let's use Surf and see what happens.
Okay.
Can I cast magic?
Yeah, roll me a cast magic.
Smash tree, so plus 0. Tree.
3.
3.
Great.
Okay, so on a miss, something has broken bad and the situation has escalated. That, or you can spend a link if you want to try to re-roll one of your dice.
I think I'm going to do that because this is a very bad situation. I'll spend my heart link with my partner from the game and be like, they're inspiring me from beyond to do better. I'm remembering the good old days. Alright, that's a 6.
Okay, so that is still a miss.
Yeah.
You can
shit, it's
burn another
7.
link if you want to roll again, or you can take the miss. It's up to you.
I can't really help.
Yeah, unfortunately, neither you or Moonbreed are able to make Squirtle produce magic water faster.
Alright, I have a move. I need help, please. When it's make or break, spend all your links to have someone from your home save the day at the last minute in impressive fashion.
All your links. Jeez.
I mean, you can do that if you want.
If I'm going to spend all my links, it's got to be impressive as hell. Could it be like Rayquaza?
If you want Rayquaza to save you, I can
shows
try
up,
to
like,
come up
"What
with
up?"
a reason why that happens, why a dragon comes. Tell you what, if you want to use that move, then I will.
He's spending all of his fucking links.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that if you'll let me, because I don't know how else to get out of this situation.
Okay. So yeah, Squirtle, you are falling. So the three of you are falling. Squirtle, you have attempted to use water gun and realize that you do not have this move anymore. You're panicking, and as you are in this, like, deadly situation and freaking out, uh, I think you sort of you start to feel yourself become. So your whole thing is that you've sort of been hopping between dimensions, right? You're sort
Yeah.
of
Yeah, like
not
I
fully
think.
attached to the universe that you're currently in.
Yeah.
So you kind of you close your eyes, you're thinking back, you're trying to think of anything to do, and you sort of start to feel this like wavering around you. Like you feel a little sick to your stomach almost, not just because you're falling, but like sort of a weird like unease with the universe. And as this sensation sort of feels like it builds up and spills out of you, there is suddenly a roar comes from above you. And if you look, there is sort of a portal that opens up in the sky, and not in the sky, but up above you in this tower that you're falling in. And through it, you see, and it's not fully, it seems translucent, like it's not fully there. But you do see the figure of, yeah, Rayquaza. You see a big fuck off green dragon. Moonbrita and Dwarf, you have no idea what's going on.
And
But you
Moonbrita,
see this,
Moonbrita's like Midgard Stormer?
you see this fuck off
Did you just
ghost
use a
dragon
summon?
come flying at you, roaring.
Yeah, for
And yeah,
Moonbrita, this isn't that weird. Like, you can just
No, it's not
summon
that
it.
actually
Yeah,
that
you can just
weird.
summon
yeah,
dudes
yeah,
all
oh
the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
They're just routinely
You have-
summoning the entire Knights of the fucking Round to help them
You
like,
have- yeah,
cross a bridge
yeah,
or
so-
whatever.
Right,
Yeah,
there's a
it's
7-minute
not-
cutscene as all the Knights of the Round come out behind Rayquaza. Yeah,
Oh man,
like
those guys are bastards and villains in
are
14.
they?
Not that we know, not that she knows that yet. Oh yeah, no, they're bad news. They're the
Oh, okay.
entire Catholic Church that drank the magic Kool-Aid.
Wow.
so yeah, Squirtle,
It's pretty great when you kill them.
you have performed a summon, and you summon Rayquaza from out of the ether. Sort of passes through from your, I guess not your home dimension, but from this Pokemon dimension when you were thinking back on your fond memories with Charmander and all your friends you were never going to see again. This legendary Pokemon suddenly appears, flies down, and the three of you find yourself. Uh, it is exactly like in Tears of the Kingdom when you ride the dragons down into the chasms down underground.
Yeah.
So yeah, you suddenly find yourself clinging to Rayquaza's horns as this dragon just goes down this big, big dark tunnel with the three of you on its back. And yeah, you go down. I mean, it takes a little bit still, but you are actually flying down faster than you were falling on Rayquaza's back. And suddenly comes a point where you can still see there's like candles lining the walls still, even though there were no stairs in this section of the tower. So you can still see it's sort of lit, even though it's dim. And as you come down to the ground level, you start to see sort of the ground coming up around you. And yeah, Rayquaza comes down and just sort of, flattens out and sort of does a spiral in the ground, kind of like curls in on itself. And the three of you suddenly find yourself deposited on solid ground at the bottom of this chasm. And Rayquaza flies back up and disappears into, ether
Wait, hold on. How do I get
sparkles.
home?
It's like, oh, it's very simple, Squirtle. All you have to do is... And he's gone.
You okay there, kiddo?
That was a lot.
Yeah, Worf just takes a minute and like adjusts his shirt, and it's like, okay.
I mean, I must have taken a lot of ether to do that. I don't even know where you got the power from, but
Oh, I'm like a little bit nauseous to try to catch my breath. I'm like, yeah, he's a work friend.
So yeah, so remember you just spent all of your links, so mark down that your links are all gone.
Yeah, I've
You
got
had
4 empty boxes.
you had no locked links, so yeah, all of your links are
Damn.
gone. So you'll have to remake those at some point if you want to. Luckily, you are not Mumbrita, so you do not die. But yeah, I think yeah, you just barely made it out of this like super dangerous situation, and it sort of reminded you of where you came from and the adventures you had with your old friends. And I think yeah, sort of you are currently feeling a little bit shaken, Squirtle, and kind of disconnected from the reality you're currently in after this like strange sort of reality bending experience that you had, which I think is how we're just going to explain the fact that your relationships have sort of weakened with your companions. But yeah, so you find yourself, you're now on solid ground at the bottom of this tunnel. You have
Umbria's
successfully
just gonna
survived this drop.
gently pick up Squirtle and like carry him.
So yeah, so
I'm
you
sorry the thing didn't work.
Oh, it's okay, buddy.
I mean it did work. You summoned a
The
you
other
summoned
thing
a fucking dragon. You're all bummed out because you weren't able to summon water. And instead you summoned like a magical dragon from out of the sky.
And then his teleporter dumped us somewhere weird and we lost the other wharf.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
No, that's not too bad.
So there's a silver lining to everything.
But
So yeah,
Alex
you
just didn't want to do the voice anymore.
Yeah, I was planning on just having him like slip on a banana and break his neck, but this works too. So yeah, the three of you are at the bottom of this chamber, and you can sort of you look around, and you can see that you're actually in sort of a cavernous area, and you can actually hear the sounds of rushing water.
oh, okay, so we're in the caves and/or dungeon at least.
So yeah, if you move forward, you come out into a cavernous area. There are sort of stalactites hanging from the ceiling, like so. You're in a big old cave, and yeah, you can see you are now standing on sort of an embankment at the bottom of this tunnel. And there are high up on the walls. There are sort of barred, rusty grates with water flowing through them. And yeah, you sort of get the idea that you are currently in the castle's sewer system.
Is it stanky? Is that why we can figure that we're in the sewer system?
No, I mean it's fairly clean. I mean nobody's really eating here. They're all like, what kind of waste do skeletons produce?
Does?
Yeah, so it's some really the water is
Big bone.
polluted with some skeleton dust. Yeah, there are frequent occasionally you'll see like tibias and fibias and like jawbones flowing through here. But otherwise the water looks pretty clean. Just some
Okay.
dead bodies, that's all.
It's fine.
So yeah, you sort of see this this rapid water flowing ahead of you down this sort of cavernous tunnel.
I don't want to make Squirtle try and do the water again. Last time I told him to do that, it didn't work out good. I can't swim either. We've established that.
Yeah, Worf can't swim.
This
Mumbrita can
sucks.
swim, Squirtle can swim.
Yeah, how deep is water anyway?
You can't really tell how deep it is, but it's flowing very rapidly.
Yeah, we
Like
have
these are
10-foot pole.
rapids. And you
A
Do you?
10-foot pole.
Where are
Yeah.
you carrying a 10-foot pole?
I am now.
In the Adventures pack, obviously. I got us the Adventures
Oh, that's
It
right. You
collapses.
found
pole.
3 10-foot poles in the break room
Yeah.
of
They
the
fit,
castle.
but they
That's
fit.
right.
No, they fit in the backpack. Everybody knows that.
They collapse.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, sure. If you want to go ahead and stick your 10-foot pole in to try to determine how deep this water
That
goes.
sounded really dirty. But yeah, I do that.
Okay. So Worf, you walk up and you plunge the depths with your mighty pole.
All right.
And yeah, you can so yeah, you from I mean you're standing on this embankment, so you can tell that like you're leaning out, you reach down, you can feel the bottom with your pole. But this water is very, very rapid. And as you're dipping this in, I want you to make a
Great.
push through stress roll to see if you lose your pole. Roll with whatever you want.
Let me. I'm just seeing if anything will give me. I have dark, so I'm gonna do that. That is a 5, but I can spend my locked links freely, so I'm gonna spend my locked link with Moonbrita.
Yeah.
Does that give me lift, or do I re-roll?
So
one of
when
them? I've actually never done this.
no, so if you link, you roll one of your dice.
Okay. Then I'm gonna re-roll
Just one.
2, which gives me a 5 for 8 on the dice, plus 1 is 9.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you make it through alive. You can either take harm now or you can spend a link.
Well, I can. It says I can. No, all right. I'll take harm. That'll be okay. I got plenty.
Okay, yeah, you so yeah, War, if you take your 10-foot pole, you stick it and you're like, I can feel the bottom, and then the rapids sort of grab onto the pole and like yank it forward, and you just bonk yourself in the face with the end of your pole.
Cool.
So take 1 harm, but you don't lose it. So yeah, you can feel the bottom, so you know it's less than 10 feet deep, but it is
Great.
very rapid water.
Okay. So that's not gonna help me. Oh, what do you think, guys?
Sorry.
You can
Sorry.
see yeah, the water is flowing, and you can see there are like rocks and things like that poking up out of the. You get that, you're in a cavern. You can see stalactites from the ceiling. You can see stalagmites coming up from underneath the water, poking through. So the water is sort of breaking around them, kind of making white water.
I want to deep dive and see if there's any sort of alternative ways around here.
The
Yeah,
water
give
is
me
moving
that
too
deep
fast
dive.
to dive.
That is
Don't do that.
12. That is 2 6s, my dude.
All right, deep dive. On the 10 plus, you may ask 2 questions, and the
Okay.
GM must answer honestly.
So there's no other
what-
way around here. No floating platform that eventually comes over or any such things like that.
No, that doesn't happen.
Okay. That's one. And since I can't swim, this is gonna go real bad for me if I go in there.
You are able to tell Worf. This water
Okay.
this water looks like a mighty foe.
Yeah. All right.
But so Worf, so you're kind of looking around trying to figure out any way you can get across though. And as I mentioned, there are random bits of skeletons washing up in the water, and you can actually see as you're looking around, off sort of on the side where the embankment kind of curves. You actually see there is a little sort of shallow whirlpool there, and there is a collection of like bones that are sort of bobbing and floating in this little whirlpool area that's been caught in the eddies. And so Worf, you get the idea from looking at these that you may be able to lash them together into some kind of flotation device. So yeah, I think Worf, from the packs that Moonbrita was had enough foresight to construct for you. You know, you have rope and stuff like that, so you can absolutely, if you want to, lash
Yeah,
together.
let's do that. That seems safer.
Okay. So yeah, I won't make you roll for that. You sort of figured this out from your deep dive. So yeah, you are able to sort of fish around in this eddy. You reach down and are able to find enough, leg bones, and these are larger than normal. You sort of get the sense that whatever these are from, they are not necessarily like human bones. They're not the size you would normally
Great.
expect.
Cool.
So with a few of them, I mean, it's the castle's full of like monsters and shit.
Yeah.
There's literal giant skeletons in Castlevania. So yeah, you are able to from a few of these. So you're able to find 6 or 7 good size oversized leg bones, and you're able to lash them together. And yeah, you sort of test it, and it does. Without letting go of it, you're sort of able to put it in the water and see that it does float. The three of you get on Worf's bone raft.
Yeah, good God, will you keep making these?
Why is it so... Everybody get on
You put
Worf's
his wood in the
bone
water,
raft.
and now
the
we're all
new
getting on the bone
Disneyland
raft.
ride.
All right, so the three of you, yeah, you you climb aboard Worf's bone raft, and yeah,
There's no way to say that without it.
you can tell.
All right.
Yeah, the three of you are able to get on. There's enough room for Moonbrita and Worf. You're able to each sit on one side, not necessarily super comfortably, but there's room for both of you, and you sort of weigh similar enough that you do not seem overly overbalanced on any side, and there's enough room for Squirrel to sort of sit in between you. So yeah, if you want, you can just sort of like push yourself off into the rapids.
I guess we start paddling.
Yeah.
And then we get that whole Final Fantasy VI sequence when we're going through the
Oh
rapids.
God! Don't start with the fucking.
With the fucking octopus.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you start going down the you kick off from this embankment, and the water picks you up pretty quickly. So you are paddling Worf and Moonbrita with, I guess maybe you grabbed another two pair of leg bones that you're trying to use as oars. But really, I think Squirtle, you were doing the majority of the work here.
Yeah, I got my tail.
Yeah,
like,
with your
in the
tail,
water,
you are
like a
using your
propeller.
tail as whatever you call the thing that comes out, the steering thing.
Rudder.
The rudder, yeah. I was thinking udder, and that wasn't it. So yeah,
And possibly as a propeller.
So yeah, between Worf and Moonbrita, between you two sort of navigating with these bone oars and Squirtle using your tail as a rudder, you are able to sort of navigate your way down this river. And as you are going, you are able to go down a few minutes down this rapid river, sort of dodging out of the way of rocks. And do I want you to roll something? I don't think there is anything that I want to make you roll.
Okay.
Suddenly though, you're coming along, you're coming around a curve in the river, and there is a noise from above you. Sort of a whooshing sound that you hear over the sound of the rapids. And if you look up, you suddenly see, as you're about to come around this curve in the river, that there is something spinning and flying directly toward you.
Oh, Christ.
It's spinning and flying at us.
Yeah, something is you hear this whooshing noise, and you look up and you see something very rapidly, like you see what it is, but it is moving directly toward you very quickly.
I'm
So you
gonna.
have like an instant to react.
I take a defensive stance,
Yeah, same. I'm gonna get out my
I guess.
battle.
And
I guess I'm the one with a range attack then. I'll use Ice Beam, which I guess would be striking. Like the Tenta and Subdue are the same for me because I've got
Yeah.
-1 anyway. I'll say to Subdue just to freeze them and they'll land in the water. What happens next is not my fault.
give me a strike to subdue. Roll with light.
4.
A 4.
Jeez.
A 4.
This
And
sucks.
Squirtle, you do not have any links to spend to
Yeah,
increase
nope.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Squirtle, you attempt to, but you are still sort of feeling shaken from this death defying experience you just had, and you completely miss with Ice Beam. And instead, this object flies through the air and it cuts straight through your raft. And the bone raft sort of begins to collapse underneath you, and the three of you find yourself suddenly adrift in the
Great.
rushing rapids.
Great.
And as you are sort of reacting to that, Squirtle, the same object that just flew past you into the water, suddenly flies back up out of the water and hits you in the chest. You take a slash and take 1 harm.
Harm taken.
Yep. So yeah, Squirrel's taken harm. The three of you are now adrift in this water. You're being sort of tossed around by the rapid waters. And yeah, as you look up in the direction where this object is going, you see above you a flying figure wearing a black cloak, and sort of reaches out and catches what you see when it stops spinning is a sickle that catches in its hand.
Oh no.
And yeah, as you are coming around the curve, it rears back and it throws the sickle at you again.
I don't like motherfuckers what wear black cloaks like that.
Yeah, it hears you say that, Moonbrita, and it throws the sickle at you.
Okay. I'm gonna. I mean, I'm swimming. I don't know if I can strike with intent.
If you can think of a way to do it, sure.
I mean,
Just
how
make
deep
up
is
any
this
old
water?
bullshit.
I mean, you said that this water. You said that the water was less than 10 feet deep, right?
Less than 10 feet deep, yeah.
I'm 7 feet tall, or
Uh-huh.
something like that. No, maybe whatever. Not 7 feet, but she's tall, so she's gonna brace her. She's gonna do the fucking Final Fantasy kickflip thing of like dive down, brace herself against the bottom, and then jump at this guy.
Right.
Fell
And you were
cleave.
doing a strike with intent?
Yeah, fell cleave, bitches.
All right, so give me a strike with intent roll, and remember that if you want, you can use your earring to get a lift on that.
Oh, I'm not gonna need lift because I rolled a 12, and because I have all these fucking dark links now, that's gonna be a 14.
All right, hell yeah. So yeah,
Burst into flames.
So yeah,
I
you
really
see.
don't like assholes in black cloaks. They're not fan.
Yeah, so you see this cloaked figure above you running out to attack. You're like,
Nope.
You're like, not
Not
today.
fucking
And
today,
yeah,
bitches.
you dive down using your your water wolf
Yeah.
genetics or
Sea wolf.
whatever.
Yeah,
Sea
the
wolves.
whatever.
Yeah, you dive down and you brace yourself against the rocky floor of the river, and you launch yourself up with your dual Haken in hand. And you do a what? So what do you want to do for your strike with intent? You get 2 effects.
Oh, right, I get 2. I have to go.
Defend yourself from deal great harm, take control of the situation, harm an entire group, move before they can react, or make a point with no room for argument.
Well, I'm not exactly talking to this guy. I'm gonna say the combination of defend myself from harm and... Oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna... No, black cloak... Listen, floaty apples with black cloaks. I'm gonna defend myself, and I'm gonna deal great harm.
All right, cool. So yeah, you defend yourself. So the figure throws its sickle at you, but it just barely misses you. You sort of deflect it with the blade of your axe, let's say,
Oh.
and then you come up and what do you do? For
Just
your
gonna try to
attack?
cut this asshole in half.
All right. So yeah, you fly. So yeah, you come flying through
Fell
the air.
cleave!
You fell cleave, and you pass straight through this figure. And yeah, you do slice the figure in half, and sort of the cloak comes apart, and you see the bottom half of the figure fall into the rapids and get washed away. The top half is still floating in the air, but at your attack, it sort of flies backward, and you see it sort of just disappear into the darkness.
And stay!
I do
She
not
says-
think. I do not think that is what is going to happen.
But yeah,
Worf is like having a moment because like as he thinks about this whole thing, he is on a raft of bones going over a river. I didn't know this until about 5 seconds ago, but I looked up the deep lore. The Klingon afterlife is a fucking barge of the dead Klingons, piloted by Kortard, the first Klingon who, according to myth, slaughtered the gods who created them and must forever pilot the barge to the afterlife as punishment. So, like, when Worf
Worf is in literal hell.
Worf is, like, putting this all together and is like, we maybe not, like, I don't think this is gonna work as well for us, because I think...
Is Worf thinking now that he may actually be dead, and that's what this is? This all
maybe.
is.
Maybe we got portaled to hell.
Yeah, Squirtle, you fucked up your roll so bad that you accidentally teleported everyone to hell.
Or that the magic of the castle is preying on my own, like, sensibilities or whatever.
Yeah, let's say that. That's absolutely what's happening. I definitely knew this fact about Klingons when I was
I didn't know it
coming
until
up
5
with this
seconds
scenario.
ago. But it's fucking cool.
Yeah, so Worf, you're so you are freaking out. And actually, like I said, the first attack from the Reaper figure cut through your raft, so it actually is collapsing.
Yeah, we're like
underneath you.
separating ourselves.
Well, and
So,
Moon
Squirrel,
Brita just
you're...
jumped off, so she's just like, yeah.
So yeah, Moonbrita, you flew up into the sky. It flew up into the sky. And it's what Squirtle says. And yeah, you attacked the Reaper, scared it off, cut it in half. You are now coming down, and as you are about to fall back into the water, you suddenly feel a hand grab yours, and you look up, and swinging from his whip is Worf Belmont, who has wrapped his whip around a stalactite and has swung and grabbed you. And he sort of swings and sort of drops you, like, not carefully. He still sort of like tosses you, but he tosses you off onto another embankment, kind of off to the side, and you land on solid ground.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the guy who can't swim over here.
Yeah. And yeah, Worf Belmont, he he does like I mean he does like the bionic commando thing. He like does like a flick of his wrist and disengages the whip from the slot head he's on and like whips another one, and he swings down Worf and he's able to grab you as well. And
Okay,
he
cool.
also swings you up onto the same embankment, and this time he lands. He does
Nice.
not grab you, Squirtle.
Wow,
Goodbye,
get
everyone.
fucked.
I think he just assumes that you're able to swim.
And I think under normal circumstances this would be completely fine for he'd just be like, okay, let's go over here. But he's so distraught that he's struggling.
Uh-huh. Okay, and so yeah, he sees you that you are not able to find yourself or find your I was gonna say find your footing, but find your fins, I guess, in the water. And yeah, he readies his whip and he swings it out and wraps around your waist, Squirtle, and it yanks you back to the shore as well.
Thank you.
He says, "What was that? We were on the roof of the castle, and suddenly everything disappeared, and I found myself down here in this sewer system."
Well,
We teleport error.
yes.
And Gwonum pipes, "Oh yes, your classic teleport error. It happens all the time."
It actually does. It does happen all the time.
And so Worf B takes a moment. He sort of dresses your wound, Squirtle. He takes out some, I don't know, some like he takes out like some leaves from he reaches into his like sweaty leather arm or chest plate and pulls out like a bundle of like leaves.
I'm gonna be. You guys can keep going, but I have to be right back real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
Won't be long.
Chews them up, Squirtle, and sort of smears them on your chest.
Dang.
Go ahead and recover 1 harm.
Oh, thanks.
Like, thanks. And then you're like, actually, that feels pretty good. Thanks. Because you had 2 before, right?
I thought I only had 1.
Oh no, that was
So we
Worf
cleared
that
them.
that was Worf that got hit earlier. Never mind. Well, still go ahead and recover 1
Yeah,
harm, I
have
guess.
one.
Worf, do you allow Worf Belmont to rub his spitty leaf paste on your forehead?
No, on my forehead? No, absolutely not.
Okay. So yeah, you do not recover 1 harm.
Yeah, hold on. Let's talk about this. like I'm a Klingon. This is like important.
Yeah. Watch the ridges.
I don't think anyone has ever touched a Klingon ridge in the history of Star Trek. Probably because it would fall off of their face.
Yeah, the
makeup.
the effects they used
Yeah.
were very precarious.
Yeah. So like, yeah, absolutely. If it involves touching my forehead ridge area, no, I'm good. I'll tough it out.
Okay. So yeah, you are standing on this embankment. The 3 of you, with Imbrita, who's just being quiet at the moment, are standing on this embankment with Worf Belmont, and he pulls out the map and he says, "Well, he says, well, Squirtle, I made it despite your directions." And
Principal Worf.
he gestures to the map and kind of points down. He's like, "We do appear to be in the underground system of where we were meant to go, so that's good." So the method of getting here was unorthodox, but that's what happens when you trust a non-Belmont to do a Belmont's job.
I saw what I believe to be Kortar, the boatman to Grathor.
That's rough, buddy.
He
Yeah,
is the
so he,
steward to the Klingon afterlife. I believe that we have witnessed him.
Oh, okay. Cool. I think Worf Belmont does not know how to respond to that. So yeah,
I was hoping for confirmation or denial or like, don't worry about that.
so yeah, I don't know.
It's
Maybe
not
maybe you did see Qatar. How's he supposed to know?
Great.
So yeah, but yeah, he's sort of gestures down the pathway, and you actually see um, the rapids through here suddenly seem to get a little bit less rapid. The river that you're on, sort of as you can see, kind of winding, seems like it gets shallower and shallower, and leads through a large rusted grate that is blocking the hallway in front of you.
Oh,
Because I
something that
believe
I
that
need to
the
physically move. That won't be a problem at all. 100%.
because I believe so I believe that the dungeons are through there.
Yeah, I guess I try to open it, lift it up, but that's a 6.
Okay. I mean,
So
what were you rolling? Were you rolling a push through stress? Were
I
you
guess
rolling
if
a?
I assume that I can't just open it, right? On a
It
miss, the GM can
is
swing as hard as
locked.
they want at you. So, well, I guess if I use dark, that's +1, which would get me to 7.
Okay, yeah. So you make it through alive. Yeah, push through stress is just—it's not like even like an actual move. It's just sort of the like
Yeah, the
catch-all. Like when there isn't a specific move what you're trying to do, you kind of
Take
roll with
harm
whatever's
or spend a
appropriate.
link.
So yeah, if you want to roll with dark for that, then go ahead.
I don't want to spend. A link.
Take harm or spend a link.
Actually, no. Wait, I can spend a link. Let's get rid of Worf Belmont. Fuck him.
So yeah, you
All right, I open the portcullis.
he's sort of explaining the directions to you, and you're just like totally sick of this guy's shit, and you just completely like brush past him. You shoulder check him, like a Klingon does not need directions.
Yeah.
And yeah, you burn your although really if you're burning your dark link, you actually I guess it would represent you sort of feeling warmer to this guy. You feel less negative toward him, but you feel less toward him overall.
Save our asses.
He did just save our
Uh-huh.
asses.
So you have moved from active dislike of Worf Belmont to feeling nothing at all toward Worf Belmont.
It's like a begrudging respect.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you push past him, and yeah, the gate, like I said, it is barred shut, but it is rusted, and you are able to, with your mighty Klingon strength, you are able to just sort of bust the entire thing off of its hinges. You toss it to the side, and yeah, you peer through, and you see. Like I said, the water still goes through here, but it's kind of reduced to more of just like a small stream now. And you do see through there what looks like a castle dungeon. The walls are lit with, again, more candles, just like everywhere else in Castlevania. And yeah, you can see there are like prison cells, sort of bars off to the side.
Candles. Who's in charge
What?
of Who's in charge of the candles?
You see Jared Butler go by on a gondola. Sing to me, my angel of music. And yeah, so you're able to see, you see what looks like just a hallway leading down through what looks to be the the dungeons of the castle. And if you move down the hallway, you can kind of peer into these sort of barred prison cells, and you can see many of them have like skeletons and stuff in them. There's a few where I don't know, maybe like Worf Belmont grabbed he grabbed a torch from off the wall, he shines it in, and you disturb a family of bats that were nesting. They don't attack you, but they fly out. He says, "I do not know where Moonbright and Squirtle Belmont could be, but if they're anywhere in the castle, they're going to be somewhere down here."
Hey,
Hello?
Belmonts!
Calling all Belmonts.
Guys, I don't know how much longer I can.
Yeah, are we
I'm
good?
sorry.
Are we tight?
We're good. We're getting there. We're almost done. So yeah,
Okay.
you navigate your way through here, and as you are coming, you see these identical like prison cells, and you navigate through these like twisting hallways, and Worf Belmont is sort of directing you with Glonon's map, which you hope is accurate. And I want, let's see. Dang it! God damn it! I just I just closed the rules on accident. I want one of you to roll me a deep dive. I can't
Okay.
remember
I did one earlier.
which.
I can do it.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
for it, Moonbrita.
fucking remember. Oh, it's fucking heart, right? Okay.
So yeah, your heart is
Oh
+2.
no, I do have a locked link.
With
I
who?
locked my link with Squirtle.
Okay, sure. If you say
It
so. I didn't mark that,
it
but
says,
I
no,
believe you.
it says it. I just looked at my character sheet. It just happens to say it. Anyway, that is like actually a 12 total. Wow, what?
Okay.
Good rolls for
Cool.
you today. You're taking all the Squirtle's
Yeah.
good rolls.
So yeah,
Yes.
Moonbrita.
Sorry, bud.
You are you're kind of going through and you see like these branching pathways down, and you kind of get the sense that like you could be down here digging through prison cells for a very long time. When you get the idea to pull out your aetherometer.
Yeah. Whoop.
And so you take a look and just to see if anything is different. And obviously everything around here is sort of the same dark energy that you've been seeing throughout the whole castle. You also see, there's a water aura from the stream kind of rushing beneath you. You can see your companions, but you also see kind of off in the distance, you see like a great mass of dark energy. Like kind of pulling you to it. Is the
Oh.
sense that you get when you
There
look
is
through your
a
aetherometer.
huge glob of dark ether in roughly that direction, and it's big and it's hungry.
It is Cortar.
I mean, it
I'm
could
hungry
be.
too.
Well,
And Worf Belmont says, if there's a great source of energy, that could be where they're holding.
I was about to say that seems like a likely place for them to be.
It would probably take a great power to keep them here against their will.
Yep.
And
I
so
really
yeah,
hope that's
Moonbrita.
not somebody doing a summoning. That would be very bad.
Moonbrita, if you direct them, you're able to sort of again, it's sort of you're just sort of sensing this through the walls, but the dungeon is sort of laid out kind of like a grid pattern, and you are able to tell, when you are moving closer to it as getting stronger, and so you're able to sort of like direct them through this underground dungeon area. And after a few minutes of navigating, you come out into, or you don't come out, but you're going through a hallway just like every other one, and you see a prison cell that the dark energy seems to be emanating particularly strongly from.
All right, I point at it. That's it.
Okay, you look inside and you don't actually see anything inside of there though, but you do, feel the dark energies kind of be pulling you into it.
Is it locked?
Uh, It could be, but let's say no.
Okay, I just opened the door.
Yeah, you open the door, you come in. So yeah, you are sort of examining, and again, you didn't really see anything. It's sort of an empty cell. But as you were sort of examining the back wall, you realize that you can sort of see there is light coming through the cracks in some of the like bricks, making up the back wall of this cell. You can sort of get the idea that there may be something behind here.
Oh, do you want me to try and break the door?
Punch it, but okay.
That's Snake Eyes. That is 2 1s.
Oh god.
Ones. Were you trying to were you striking at that point, or were you
I
trying to push your stress gun?
I guess push stress, which means the GM can swing as hard as they want at me.
Okay, so yeah, Worf, you go to try to bust through the solid brick wall, Worf,
Mm-hmm.
when suddenly you I don't know, you punch it or whatever. And the wall does actually collapse.
Okay.
So it was weak, like the mortar gives way and it collapses. But as it is coming down, and the dust rises up from this dusty ass cell that you're in, and from the brick dust, and I want you to go ahead and give me a push through stress roll with dark.
Okay. I mean, I already failed, so the other one. That's 9, 10.
A 10? Okay.
Yeah.
So you then just barely manage to step out of the side as through the dust, a large scythe comes swinging out and just barely almost nicks your face, almost cuts your head off.
Yep.
Oh dear.
And you see, yeah, a hooded figure wielding a scythe comes flying through the hole you just busted through the wall, and is swinging a large scythe around
Yeah,
in this
I don't like him.
small prison cell that the 4 of you are in.
Does he have a lower half?
So yeah, this one does. This figure does.
Well, he might have grew it back. Cortar has many tricks up his sleeve.
No, it's the guy. I thought this might be an Asian, but I mean,
I
hopefully
agree.
it's
He
your
is
guy,
an
'cause
ass.
Asian- Oh, okay. Sure. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm actually in a lot of pain right now.
How do you want to handle this then?
Yeah, somebody do something. You got a Grim Reaper in here
fuck
swinging
him
the
up.
scythe around.
I got like 8 things.
I'm
to
gonna.
fuck people up.
I'm also gonna roll to fuck him up. That is a 10.
Yeah, I have an
If I'm
unmodified
striking
10,
with intent.
and then I can
Yeah.
do all kinds of shit too.
If
All
you're
right.
in pain, do you want us to just call it for tonight, and then we'll do the last 15 minutes of the session some other time?
Up to you. We are
That
pretty
would-
much done, but it would be another, probably 10-15 minutes.
I rolled a 10. I'm gonna hit it with my axe at
Okay.
least.
Just put
Fuck this. I'm just gonna deal great harm twice because I'd like this thing to die so we can end the session.
yeah, Teal is currently in real life pushing through stress.
Yeah,
very valiantly.
I apologize.
So yeah,
to
so
everyone, I'm
Worf
not-
and no, you're good. Worf and Boombrita, since both of you dealt strike with intent rolls. So yeah, both of you are just sick of this Grim Reaper shit.
I can actually,
And I think yeah.
if I spend my other Moonbrita link because it's locked and I already spent it once earlier, if I completely spend a link, which would be that, then I can choose someone in this scenario who will live or die. So.
All right.
You're just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So you are choosing to kill the Grim Reaper?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Worf, you summon up your strength and defy Qatar's
everything.
vile machinations. And yeah, so the two of you together, Moonbrita and Worf, Moonbrita, you swing with your axe, and Worf, you swing with your batleth, with the mighty battle cry. And I think you bisect it, but in 4, so you quadricept it. I think you both great cleave Worf horizontally through this thing's torso, and Moonbrita, like I said, you guys do the you pull a Trunks against Mecha Frieza against the Grim Reaper. And yeah, you from the Grim Reaper's perspective, you just see like Worf's face split as the Grim Reaper's head falls apart.
Yeah.
And you actually see, so as this figure starts to fall apart, the cloak cuts away, and you actually see beneath it there is a humanoid figure. It is no one that you recognize, but it is a person with a shaved bald head, sort of wearing monk's robes,
Oh no, it's
with
Krillin.
a with dots in his forehead and no nose. No, sort of, yeah, sort of looks like a monk, shaved head, wearing sort of monk robes, like prayer beads, and also has a round like buckler shield attached to their back. But you get just a brief glimpse of this figure as they sort of scream in not necessarily even pain, but sort of fury. And you cut them into pieces and they explode into dust. And Worf
Gonna need
Belmont
or a sight.
pushes you to the side and rushes over and is digging around in the dust. And he says, "You bastards! You killed Squirtle Belmont!"
Then he shouldn't have been
He started it.
evil.
And we can end it there.